Hey y'all, good morning. Listen, let me tell y'all so today is the Sabbath. Is look. Let me hope y'all can see this. It's Saturday, December 14th, 3:26 a.m. What is God doing? What is God doing, y'all? And I'm like, I don't know what it is. But after that fast, that 40-day fast I did, I cannot sleep past 3 o'clock. Even if I stay in the bed, I can't close my eyes. I can't sleep. And just recently, like day before yesterday, or maybe I think it was yesterday, I found out that 3 a.m. is like watchman hours or something. And you're supposed to be praying. But that's what I do when I get up. Y'all know all these videos I have me sitting in the parking lot at the gym an hour and 20 minutes before open. And I make these videos and I pray, worship on my way getting there and stuff like that. So I don't know. I just was up in my bed and I grabbed my notepad and I just started writing. And I said, you know what, Lord? I said, since you got me up 3 in the morning, and then I was gonna go in my car, y'all. Then I was gonna go in my car. Then I found out I ain't got no gas. Cause I know sometimes I make these videos and I get passionate. And this video that I'm about to make is test number 5, and it's obedience. And this is truly the backbone to my story, my testimony, my journey, my success. Like this is this should have been number 1, but it's not in order. And I said I didn't want to be too loud because I got my kids upstairs sleeping. But I shut the doors and I'm down here and it's colder than a mug. God. Oh man, God is so good. When I tell you God is so good, y'all. He be having me up. So I figured, I said, let me go ahead and do this. So let's jump right into it, y'all. God is good. So I'm going to start off with my testimony, right? I'm going to tell you, in this journey, on your journey, when you decide to pick up your cross, like I said, obedience is like crucial. It is crucial. It is going to, it is really and truly going to be what guides you. What decides your next move? What decides if that door open, if that door closed? Obedience. And we all know that scripture, obedience is better than sacrifice. I'm gonna get to that in the end. But my testimony, when everybody know when God first called me in 2017 in October of that month, God had asked me to give up everything. And y'all know I have zero religious background, meaning I didn't know God. I didn't go to church. My parents didn't tell me about God, nothing. I've been in the world at that point. From that point, I was in the world my whole entire life. I was sinning and rebellious and you name it, you hot mess. And so when I heard the voice, I don't know where the faith came from that made me want to just like to even recognize that it was God. And 2, to listen. I don't know. It's been 7 years and I just found out my gift last week. So I don't know when I'm going to find out where the faith come from, if I ever even find out. But anyway, I'm so glad I have it. And I'm so grateful that I did have faith to believe and to be obedient, because that's big what I did, and I'm not trying to act like I'm better than anybody or nothing like that, but to give up your whole life. I gave up everything. God said give up everything. I gave up my apartment, everything in it, and mind you, I didn't sell nothing. He didn't tell me to give it away for free. I gave everything away for free. I didn't get a dollar, a dime from nobody. He said, give it away and don't give it to my family. And so I had to give it to strangers. And that's when my family and my brother was upset because he wanted my fireplace. He wanted my fireplace. And I ended up, but God told me don't give it to nobody. So I remember he came up in my house while those people was in my house and acted a fool. Like, oh, came in the room where I was sitting on my floor, my bedroom floor. Say, oh, I told you I wanted the fireplace. And I had an iPad. He snatched the iPad. He snatched the iPad I had off the dining room table and went outside. And when I looked outside, he was outside across the street at my neighbor Allen's house with a few other guys. And they was talking about me. I remember my neighbor Allen said, somebody slipped a Mickey in her drink. Like, what? What are you talking about? I mean, that girl, listen, when I tell you that day, right, that was like one of my biggest, hardest thing. That's what really gave me my backbone and stuff, because that was hard. And then my mother got upset with me because I gave away my bedroom set to some girl. I don't even know the girl name. God just put her on my heart. She worked some Spanish chick. She was a cashier up in Chicopee at Walmart. And that was all God ordained. Because I told y'all when I called, I found a girl on Facebook. Because I had met her. I had met her up in, I had met the girl up in Walmart one day. I was cashing out and I was telling her, because I had wanted to do a sneaker drive. I wanted to go and order all these sneakers. Like I told you, I always had this heart giving. I just never knew it was a gift. I used to just think I just like giving. I just used to think I had, like, you know how some people, they feel good when they skateboard, or they feel good when they swim, they run, or things like that. I feel like this warm goodness when I give. Sometimes at one point in time in my life, not to jump off topic real quick, but at one point in time in my life, I remember I used to cry and ask God to take it away. This is all when I was in the world, y'all. Because I was pouring into people who weren't pouring into me. I used to just give. Like I said, it didn't matter who you were. It wasn't like I just give to my family. A total stranger on the street, homeless people. I wasn't them type of people like, oh, they're going to spend it on drugs. Oh, they're going to do this or that. I didn't care what they did with the money. It wasn't my business. It was the fact that I felt they needed it. I had it, and I did it. And this is before I knew God. This is when I was a drunk. This is when I smoked cigarettes. This is when I was fornicating, gossiping in the streets, in the bars. I had this, and that's why I know y'all still keep talking about this, because I can't believe that was the gift the whole time. God, gift of giving. And I remember I used to sit there, y'all. I used to sit there and I used to be like, take this from me, take my heart. I used to say, God, I have a heart of gold. I think someone told me that before, and then I was like, oh God, I said, why do you make me like this? I remember once I was crying because somebody who I was pouring into just was like backstabbing me, and for no reason. And it was like, whatever, because I had my backstabbing days too. I told y'all I was a hot mess. A hot mess. I had my backstabbing days. I done did some people wrong. People done did me wrong. But I used to say, God, why everybody else stingy and all this? And I'm just sitting here, you got it, you got it, you got it. Like, what? And I didn't know it was the gift of giving. But see, the thing is that I wasn't using the gift like how, like maybe, I was thinking maybe the reason why I was going through so much crying and all, feeling depressed, maybe because I wasn't using it how God intended me to use it. God gave it to me, so if he gave it to me, he gave it to me to use it a certain way. And maybe I wasn't using it. I was hanging around a bunch of snakes. People didn't mean me no good. People who was only around me because they knew I had that type of heart. And so God is saying, I don't want you around that. Ooh. Let me tell you, I was reading the book of Matthews, right? And God, this was about a year or two ago. I still got this cold, y'all. But it don't never stop God from saying, get up. Won't he do it? Okay. Proverbs. Okay. Horse leech. Y'all, I learned about this right here. Whoa. Oh, it's 30. All right, so I learned about this right here. It's in Proverbs chapter 30, verse 15. It talks, it's the horse leech has two daughters crying, give, give. It talks about a horse leech which two daughters say give, give. So when I read into it, the meaning behind it, so it said that horses used to go up in the Middle East, right? And they used to go and drink from water and like lakes and stuff. And there used to be these leeches that used to come like from their nose to their lip. And the leeches were really small, but they used to suck. They used to hang onto the horses and they would suck, they say 3 times as much as blood than their body can even handle. And then they'll drop off. And so here in the Bible, God teaches us about these people. And that's why he says the two daughters cry, give, give. There's people who will take more than they can even, more than their purse can even hold from you. Just because they're greed, they suffer from that sin of greed. They see that I know some people like that. They want stuff just because they see it. They don't even know what it is. It could be poison. I want that. They crazy. What's wrong with you? Oh Lord. These people. I should have made me some tea. I'll make it later. But yeah, these people would literally just suck you dry. I know y'all, everybody knows somebody like that. Man, they see you hungry with your last breath. Give me that. Meanwhile, they got a big old steak over there. What is wrong with y'all? And let me tell you something. These people right here, I pray, because I know the season I'm going into, God is about to bless me, y'all. I cry all the time. Oh, I cry all the time. And I say, God, protect me, because God knows my heart. God knows my heart. And I said, put me around people who don't care about my money, who don't care about my status, don't care about what I have, what I don't have, my house, my car, nothing, but they just love you. I've been praying, God, send me, even if he sent me one friend, I said, God, just send me somebody that loves you more than me. Somebody who loves fasting, like the things that I love. Somebody who I could just sit on the phone with for hours and talk about God. That's how much they love God. I don't have that. No, I don't have that in my life now. So that's why I be sitting up on these videos half the time rambling, because I can't sit on the phone and talk with nobody I know about God. They'll be either too busy, they're in the world. And I'm not mad at them, because I was in the world too. A few years ago, well, before I decided to pick up my cross, I couldn't sit on the phone with nobody talking about no God and fasting and all that. They're not there yet, and it's probably not their time, and that's okay. But I pray that God send me somebody that don't care about my money, that don't care about about this. They just literally love God. Somebody that want to start something with me, a ministry to help people and genuine. I ain't got to worry about them stealing. I said, God, keep all these horse leeches away from me. Clean them. Give me the bug spray. Give me the Raid. Keep them, keep them away. Keep them away. Keep them away. Lord. Oh man, God, and if you have the gift of giving too, you got to pray for that divine protection, because let me tell you something, soon as they find out that you got that gift, man, they plot and they plan on you, and many come and they just start trying to deceive you and stuff like that. But let me jump back on topic about obedience. So yeah, I gave it all up. When I gave up that bedroom set, my mother was pissed. I would never forget, y'all. She went over there to the apartment, because I went back. Once I gave it to the girl, I went to my house, to her house, because I didn't have nowhere to stay once I gave up everything. And I walked over to her house and I laid in the bed. She woke me up, boom, kicked in the door, 6 a.m. You gave away your bedroom set, and you knew Tia, which is my sister, she needed a bedroom set. I'm like, Mom, God told me don't give. She said, you crazy. You've gone crazy. She was screaming. And I just remember just feeling like, dang, God, what? I remember crying, and she was getting ready for work, and she was downstairs getting ready to leave, and she was just screaming. But once it got to a certain point, I couldn't hear her no more. I couldn't hear her. I couldn't hear her. God just blocked me from hearing her, and I walked across the hall to her room, and I sat on her bed, and my son was asleep in her bed, and I just remember sitting there crying. I said, God, why did you ask me to give up this stuff, to be beefing with everybody? Because at this time, all my friends left me. They called me crazy. I had one girl tell me, I heard about what you did. And still to this day, I wonder who told her. I think I know. God is revealing people to me. And it's so sad. It is so sad because when they see me on this news channel, a lot of them gonna think they could come back. And I'm not in that place no more. It's not that I think I'm better than anybody, but you know, I'm on a mission for God, and I'm not here to link up and party and all that. Even after the blessing, I still got to get up at 3 in the morning and do this. You think this stops? I work for God now. God, anyway, before I'm moving ahead. So I gave it up and everything, and everybody left me. And I remember I sat there, and when my mom was saying all this bad stuff about me, I couldn't even hear her though. Once she said, "Oh, you crazy to die," and all that, and I cried, and she went downstairs, God literally blocked my ears, and I couldn't hear her no more. And I sat in that bed, I looked at my son, I said, God, all my friends left me. Everybody calling me crazy. My neighbors and them is saying that I'm on drugs. And I'm not even a drug addict. I used to, back then, I used to be an alcoholic, and they all knew it. I used to drink with them. My neighbor was a drug addict. How you talking about? It was crazy, y'all. It was crazy. I cried so much. And God told me, right when I was there in her room on her bed crying, God said, don't worry about it. He said, about time I'm done with you. He said, I'm going to leave her light. And it was an image of her face, a vision came in my head. Sorry, I got to get rid of this cold, God. But it might be God. You know what? Since I gave up smoking, though, too, God's been repairing my lungs. He's giving me a new set of lungs. So I'm getting rid of all that years of smoking tobacco, too. So that could be it, too. But anyway, God gave me a vision, and it was my mother. And she was in my head, and she was like, I don't know if she was like driving or something, but it was like she was approaching something. It was like she was approaching something, and she was like that. I know where I'm going. And where I'm going is a lot of people is going to, but you know what? God has been putting on me too. God has been putting on me too. That a lot of people, I don't know why I've been having these sermons come on my phone about jealousy. I just made a video number 4 about jealousy. And part of it was because I kept hearing God say it. Jealousy, 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 jealousy. I know my blessing is big, y'all. But it's like, I think I just tell God to keep my grass cut. That's it. Just keep my grass cut. Because I'm the type of person where I cut my phone off. Like, God kept me in isolation so long that I'm okay with just being in the presence of the Lord. Even though I say I want the friend, it's because I know I can't be in isolation forever. Isolation is only for a time period. It's where God works on you. Once he finished working on you and the work is complete, he then lets you out. You go. Then like Joseph, you see Joseph went from the pit, and then he didn't go straight into the palace. He was working. He was and slowly but surely he got promoted. So at some point, and then he stayed some years in the prison. And then, from the prison, then he went and got his promotion. But you don't go straight to the palace. So I've been here in this phase, this isolation phase for a while. And I like it. Don't get it twisted. I got a peace of mind. Whoa. I got a peace of mind. But I know I'm not going to be here forever. I'm going to have to get out of this phase, especially when God has put me to go and spread this ministry and start going, because I'm going places, y'all. I'm going to be touring and everything. But it's like, you want to talk to somebody, but I don't want to go back to my old ways of talking. I don't want to go back to gossiping. I want to go back to just loving on God. I love God, y'all. I love this man. And I want to find somebody that loves him too, but I don't want to find nobody that's lukewarm and they just want to say, oh, she got money, so let me just be her friend. We're going to talk about God on the phone. And then next thing you know, they just, can I get this? Can I get that? And I don't mind helping nobody, but don't be fake about it. Just don't act like you my friend for my money. Just say you need money and take the money. I'd rather that and give you the money and be gone. Get out my face. I don't want no snakes around me. But anyway, the season of obedience. So I gave all that stuff up. I gave all that up, and it was hard, y'all, because I gave up my car. I quit my job. I had nothing. I was homeless with my son. I was bouncing. I went from my mom's house, and I left her house when she started thinking I was crazy and saying I was crazy. I went to go stay with Kim, my cousin Kim, and then I had to leave my cousin Kim because she fell into the world. She fell back into her vomit. Then I went back to my mom's house. All this with my son. And y'all, it was hard. It was hard. But I'm telling you guys, obedience is better than sacrifice. Then now God, just recently, in August, he told me to give up my job and school, you know. And so now I've been unemployed for 4 months. I was supposed to graduate with my master's degree as a psychiatric nurse practitioner. God said, give it up. God told me clear as day, I will not work for no man no more. That was my last job ever clocking in and clocking out. He told me I work for the kingdom of heaven now. I am ordained to win souls. And I'm going to start a ministry. Was this ever anybody who know me? No, this was never something I ever thought. Because that's the thing is that a lot of us are living in our plan and not God's plan. And so when you decide to pick up your cross, you got to give up your desires. You got to give up your plans. Some of y'all are in careers that God never ordained you to be in. And he's asking you to give up. Some of y'all are living in cities and towns and countries and states and regions that God has not ordained you to be. Like, as soon as I gave up all that, the next year, God moved me. My brother died. 3 months after my brother died, God said, it's time to go. And I left, and I've been gone ever since. I left that town. And I'm so glad, because Jesus said in your own town, they will hate you. So I got up out of there, and I made this place home, and I love it. I love it here. I got a peace of mind. But anyway, I'm here to tell somebody, God may have calling you guys to do something. God is calling some people to do some stuff. And it might be extreme like mine, give up everything. Or it might be something little as give up a job to get a new job, But whatever it is, you have to trust it. The problem is that some people get so comfortable. They get so comfortable where they are. And I understand, because I didn't know. God called me to this place. I have no family, no friends here. I had no job. I had no car. I had nothing. Well, my husband ended up blessing me with a car right before I left. See, everything plays out all well. He makes sure, trust and believe. Listen, this is why I wanted to back it up with scripture. So Proverbs chapter 13:13 says, he who scorns instruction, so he who hates instruction, will pay for it. But he who respects a command is rewarded. So when God commands you, you are rewarded. Since I gave up, when God told me to leave my town and give up everything that was in it and come here and start this new life, y'all, I was able to finish my RN. I got my bachelor's degree. I made a lot of money. I was happy. I got married to a man who loves me unconditionally despite my mess. I have 3 beautiful children. I live in a wonderful neighborhood right on the water. I met a lot of good people along the way. Like, my life is definitely way better than it would have been had I not listened to the command, had I not obeyed the command, had I hate the instruction, like it says, he who is scorns instruction will pay for it in the end. I couldn't even imagine what would have happened had I not listened when God had said, give up everything. Had I not listened, I said, oh no, this is, give it up. No, I'm not giving up my stuff. Probably would have burnt that house down. I hate to be so extreme, but that's how it be. Look at Jonah. He threw that man in the mouth of a whale. They say fish, but everybody say a whale. Man, I would hate to be in the mouth of a whale. Like, I'm so happy I did it. Because I'm so glad I don't know what would have happened if had I not. Had I not listened. Like, even now, what if I would have stayed at my job? And said, I ain't quitting my job. Mind you, because right after I quit my job, my husband left. And my husband used to pay the bills. But guess what? God is so good. I told you my bills are paid. I ain't had no income, no nothing, no checks, no nothing. Bills paid. I just went grocery shopping yesterday. My refrigerator is fat. Oh, I went to four grocery stores. I went to Whole Foods, Trader Joe's, Shaw's, and Stop and Shop. Stop playing. Yes. And I'm eating whatever and God, and this is another thing that's obedience. When God had told me last year. God, I hope I'm talking loud enough for y'all to hear me. But, because see, this is why I wanted to go about my car. Because my car, I could shout. But anyway, last year, God had told me to do the 40-day fast. And I didn't. I didn't do it. I was struggling. Every time I would try, every month I would try. And I would fall short. I went back to drinking, went back to smoking. And I was chasing money. I was always working. I didn't have no time for God. And that's why this time he said, quit your job because you can't chase me and God. You can't chase me and money. Remember, that's in the Bible too. I think it's in the book of Matthew. You can't worship money or God. So, yeah, and I quit the job. And I thank God. I'm at peace, y'all. It's so good working for God. I mean, even though, my boss, he my boss now. He make me get up at 3 a.m. Oh, man. I mean, it's all right. Some days it's hard getting up. I ain't gonna lie. Okay. Excuse me. It's hard sometimes getting up, but I do it. I do it because I know that based off his word, and his word don't come back void. You will be blessed abundantly. And even though I got another blessing coming, I'm blessed now. I'm blessed sitting right here. I'm blessed. I got my lights. I got heat. I just put the heat on because it's cold down here. I just put the heat on 86. Somebody is sleeping outside right now. Somebody ain't even got no heat. Somebody ain't got no hot water. Somebody ain't got no food. Somebody is burying their child tomorrow. I am blessed regardless of where I am. I don't need to have a whole heap of money to say that I'm blessed today. Even without the money, even without my job, even without the income, I am blessed. I'm not behind on no bills. I don't owe nobody. I don't claim. Listen, God said all debt is paid. All expenses are mine. This is my winning season. This is my winning season, y'all. God told me, he said, increase is your portion. Good news is your portion. God told me even in my sleep, I shall receive good news. God told me health is my portion. God got me up. I get up at 3. I make these videos. I pray, I worship, do what I got to do. 4:20, I'm in the gym. I'm in the gym, y'all, for an hour and 40 minutes now, working. Ouch. Every week I am challenging myself, and God has given me the strength to do it. Remember, I smoked cigarettes for over 10 years. I'm on this treadmill. I just started doing the stairs too now. I'm meeting people in the gym. People, we talking and connecting, and man, I'm blessed. I am blessed. My children are healthy. They running around. They accept. My 1-year-old is talking more. I'm like, every day. My 1-year, she's so smart. My children are brilliant. Brilliant, blessed. They love God. My daughter my 1-year-old came to me last night and said, pray. They love God already. My 4-year-old be just come out. Ella, y'all gotta meet her. I keep saying I want y'all to meet her. Y'all gonna love Ella. Y'all gonna love all of them, but Ella's something else. She gonna say to me, I love Jesus. She loved God. The teacher said that's all she do is sing. I wasn't even like this growing up. Listen, that right there let me know I'm breaking chains. I'm breaking generational chains of curses off of my family. My family is stepping in a whole new dimension. My kids is stepping in a whole new dimension. My 1-year-old child is screaming, Jesus. That song by CeeDee Winans. What is that song? That song, She Blessed. My 1-year-old is singing this. I wasn't doing this at this age. My parents didn't tell me about God. My son, my 11-year-old son, when I was backsliding in my fast, would say, Mom, don't do it. Just go back, pray and just be who you are. I got pictures my son was making me. God loves you. Be yourself. These is my kids encouraging